Coming up in the Parliament report, a call for the House of Representatives to debate Goat Island's development. PM's overseas trips trigger uproar in Parliament, and consumer group hampered by scarce resources. The parliamentary opposition wants the proposed controversial development of Goat Islands to be examined by the Infrastructure and Physical Development Committee of Parliament. Member of Parliament for North East St. Catherine, Gleaner, on February 11, tabled a motion calling for an inquiry into the benefits and/or losses that may result if any part of the Portland Bight protected area were to become part of the logistics hub. Goat Islands are located less than a mile off the coast of Jamaica, southwest of the Hellshire Hills, and form part of the Portland Bight protected area. The opposition MP urged the government to put on hold any final agreement with China Harbour Engineering Company for the development of a logistic hub in Jamaica. He says no further plans should be pursued until Parliament receives and deliberates on the report from the Infrastructure and Development Committee. The Portia Simpson Miller-led administration has spent $117.8 million on overseas travel between January 1, 2012 and December 31, 2013. The Prime Minister made the disclosure on February 11 in the House of Representatives amid a wave of uproar from members on both sides of the political divide who refused to acknowledge the thunderous gavel of Speaker Michael Peart, who sought to restore order. A seemingly irritated Simpson Miller told her parliamentary colleagues that $15.15 million was spent on her 25 overseas trips over the two-year period, with another $30 million for staff members of the Office of the Prime Minister. Taxpayers were not required to pay for another 6 trips, which did not generate any expenses. The question and answer session in the House started out as an intriguing sparring matchup between opposition leader Andrew Holness and the Prime Minister. Holness had tabled questions concerning the Prime Minister's overseas trips in December. The exchange quickly descended into a shouting match, with Holness losing his cool and the vast majority of parliamentarians joining the fray. Head of the Consumer Affairs Commission, CAC Dulcie Allen, says her agency has received a plethora of horror stories from consumers whose savings have been wiped out by monthly bank fees. Allen, who is the CEO of the Consumer Watchdog Agency, made an impassioned plea on February 11 to members of the banking sector to remove the charges for dormant accounts. She says many account holders go abroad, and when they return, their savings have been totally depleted by bank charges or dormant accounts. The CAC was invited to make a presentation on the vexed bank charges issue, which is now the subject of parliamentary deliberation. A motion was moved by Government Member of Parliament Fitz Jackson for the Central Bank to present a report on bank fees. The document was submitted, and the committee has summoned various stakeholders to make submissions. Allen told the committee that there had been significant increases in bank fees since the Jamaica Debt Exchange in 2010 and the subsequent National Debt Exchange in 2013. Allen said that in just 1 year, First Global Bank's fee for dormant accounts skyrocketed by 100%, moving from $300 in 2009 to $600 in 2010. In 2012, the charge for dormant accounts increased further to $750. And the Consumer Affairs Commission, the CSE, says its capacity to carry out a critical part of its mandate has been severely weakened by a lack of resources. The CAC is the government agency established to educate and empower consumers to protect themselves from excesses in the marketplace. CEO Dulcie Allen told the Economy and Production Committee of Parliament on February 12 that the absence of its monthly Consumer Alert publication in the local newspaper was the result of financial constraints at the agency. She told the Carl Semuda-chaired committee that the CAC has had to publish the information on basic food items on its website. However, she acknowledged that this medium was not as effective owing to the small percentage of consumers in Jamaica who had access to the internet. This has been another edition of the Parliament Report. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Edmund Campbell. Walk good.